I am back with another video. Today I'm going to show you my highlight and contour routine. I did have a few people ask for this, and then I did a little poll on Twitter the other day to see if you guys wanted to see my contour routine or my eyebrow routine next in the contour routine 1. So definitely make sure you are following me on Twitter and all my other social media just to keep up with little things like that. So yeah, that's why today I decided to show you my contour routine. It is just a powder contour routine. I don't cream contour too much. I have been doing it a little bit more recently, but since powder is my go-to, that is what I want to show you guys. And I did do a contour video maybe about a year ago, probably a little bit more actually, but you know, I just wanted to kind of update it and show you guys what I've been using recently and all the products I have been loving. And this makeup look for my eyes is actually going to be my next video. I kind of filmed the videos simultaneously today, like knocked out 2 videos at once. So stay tuned, and this eye look is with the Kylie Cosmetics Burgundy palette. So that will be my next tutorial. So if it's not up already by the time you're watching it, it will be up soon, and if it is up, it will be linked down below in the description box. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy seeing how I highlight and contour lately, and that's all I have to say, so let's just jump into it. Okay, so clearly you can see that my eyes are like halfway done because I'm actually doing an eye tutorial for a different video right now, just filming them both at the same time. So when I start my highlight contour routine, I always start with my concealer. So my favorite one is the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I use the shade Creme Brulee. And I just take this and put it right underneath my eyes. I use a decent amount. I don't know, I feel like I used to use more concealer than I do now, but I still use a pretty decent amount. So I just put that underneath my eyes. So this is going to cover your dark circles and also highlight. And then I like to put a little bit on my chin and my cupid's bow, just the tip of my nose, and then some up onto my forehead. And then I'm going to take my Real Techniques sponge, and sorry it's a little bit dirty, I used it for my foundation, and just blend that out by patting right underneath my eyes. This sponge does a really good job at blending everything out, and it's nice and big, so it covers a lot of area, and I believe it's only like $5 or $6 at like Walmart or Target. And then just blending it out where I put it on my chin, cupid's bow, my nose. I don't like to put a lot on my nose because you can still kind of see my freckles through my foundation, and I don't like to cover those up. And then just up in the center of my forehead. I know some people do their contour and their highlight together, but I don't know, I've done it that way a few times, and I don't really like it. So before I move on to my contour, I do like to bake. So I'm taking my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and then I am just going to use the flat end of my sponge, and I'm going to grab a good amount of that and then just put it right underneath my eyes. So you can see there's a ton of excess powder, but that's what baking is. It just kind of melts into your skin as you let it sit there, and then it sets everything so your concealer does not budge. You want to make sure that your sponge is still damp when you do this. And I do bake everywhere that I put my concealer because my chin, like my forehead, do tend to crease. So I put it there and there, and then I make sure to take it and bake on my forehead as well. And while that is baking, I do like to take whatever is just left in the lid and put some on my powder brush because I want to set the rest of my face just with a light dusting of powder. That way when I'm doing my contour, it doesn't like skip on my skin if it gets caught on like a, you know, not fully set surface. Like if your foundation is still drying a little bit, that'll happen and you'll have like a jagged line. So I do like to just set my face with a light layer of powder, like concentrating it where I'm about to put that contour, just to make sure, you know, everything ends up being smooth. Okay, still letting that baggage sit, I'm going to start contouring. So I've been loving this Wet n Wild contouring palette. This is in the one that's Dulce de Leche. It's the lighter version of the two. And I never really use the highlighting shade, but I love this contour powder. For high end, I like the Anastasia Beverly Hills kit and the Benefit Hoola bronzer. Those are my other two favorites, but I've really just been loving this one lately, and that's $5, I believe. So this is the brush that I like to use. It is the e.l.f. small tapered brush, and you can see it's just a nice little teardrop shape. I love it because it is small and it gets right into the hollows of my cheeks, and then you can just blend it really well. So I just have a little bit of that contour powder on my brush, and I always start like right up here near my ear, and I just blend as I go. I don't make like a harsh line first. I just put it right there, and you can also go so you can see where your like hollows of your cheeks are. Just make the kissy face, or fishy face, I guess. I never realized how hard it was to explain this stuff until I started trying to explain it. So I don't take it too far towards my mouth or anything. And you can see, like, once I get a good color set down, I kind of just go back and keep blending it out. I concentrate more on blending it on top rather than the bottom. And then I just take a little bit more of that. And this powder is very pigmented, so seriously just a little bit. And then I always contour my forehead, which I don't think like I have a big forehead or anything. I just feel like it just looks more natural if you have this, like, you know, big old contour in your cheekbones. And then I take it down like around my hairline, on my temple. So then I'm literally just going to do the same exact thing to the other side. Okay, so once that is done, I do like to bake a little bit underneath my contour. So I just take some of that translucent powder and pop that right underneath there. So it just kind of helps to clean up that line a little bit, make it a little bit more structured. And then you'll see when I like wipe it away later, it looks really nice and blended. So doing the same thing on this side. And then for the rest of this powder, I'm just going to go ahead, use my large, fluffy powder brush and blend it all the way. I love this Laura Mercier translucent powder. It just makes everything look like airbrushed, and there is no flashback. So I am going to let that bake a little bit longer. So I'm going to put on some blush. I feel like your blush is a part of your highlight contour routine, so that's why I'm showing you it. I am using this Wet n Wild blush. It's called Mellow Wine. Just a really, really pretty, like, natural, I don't know, mauve-y type of shade. Kind of like sun-kissed, which I really like. So these blushes are really pigmented, so just using a little bit. And I'm going to put this right on top of where that contour is. That's the easiest way to do your blush. You want to just make sure it's blended the whole way back to your hairline. You don't want your blush to just sit on the apples of your cheeks, because then it does not look natural at all. And then with this shade of blush, since it is that like kind of sun-kissed look, I like to put just a little bit on my nose and a little bit on my chin. Just because that's where like the sun would naturally hit you if you were like, you know, a little bit sunburnt. Alright, so I'm going to go back in with my powder brush and just blend that baking powder away. You can see how good that looks now. It's structured and blended really nice. And then finally, I am going to highlight. I am using my Jaclyn Hill and Becca Champagne Pop. I just feel like I haven't reached for this recently. And it's really pretty gold shade, so it'll go good with this eye look. I just used this Random, it's a Royal on Langnickel brush. I like it because it's like dense. So it really distributes the highlighter really nice. It makes it very pigmented. So I just get a good amount of that. But you know, if you don't like highlighter or whatever, use as much as you want. I use a lot, clearly. And I'm just putting that right on the top of my cheekbones. So it's gonna go right above where you just put your blush. And then I also like to take some up around like where my brow is. Like a C shape. And then I do like to take some on my Cupid's bow and on my chin and my nose. Okay, now let me just go and throw on the rest of my makeup and then give you guys a little outro intro action. So that is it for my highlight and contour routine. I did throw on a lip color, and like I've said a million times, I did film this eye look and also, you know, talk about what color lip I use. So that will be in my next video, so stay tuned for that. I hope you guys did enjoy the highlight contour routine. Let me know down in the comments if anything I mentioned helped you, or if you have any tips or tricks or anything for me. Go ahead and leave those down below in the comments as well. So don't forget to thumbs it up if you liked it, and of course subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll just be seeing you guys in my next video.